Hello everyone. Welcome to our YouTube channel Aspiring Minds because we believe in young minds. I am sure in next few minutes you all will get a great knowledge from the research we have done for this video. Today we are going to discuss some key issues which are alarming nowadays. Some of the key points that we are going to discuss are introduction and question that can we really ban China, about soldiers, digital strike and impact of digital strike on China, how much we are dependent on China including various sectors, investment of China in India and its employment aspect, cheap product industry and what India can do for this. Rather than ban China, can we really compete with China? Reducing the market of China globally, and the fact that India can provide more cheap labor as compared to China in today's scenario. List of all the sectors where we can really make an impact and list of all the alternative apps for Chinese apps. So now, let's start. Nowadays, we only hear of two C's, coronavirus and China. Both are impacting our economy very badly. While tensions with China escalates along LAC line of actual control, Indian government has decided for a digital strike. Yes, the digital strike. Indian government has decided to ban 59 Chinese apps like TikTok, ShareIt, Zender, CamScanner and many more. These apps have been banned over concerns on the aspects relating to data security, safeguarding the privacy of 130 crore Indians, which clearly states that the data of us Indians are not at all secure. We import about 45% of our mobile phone parts which come as a clip-on kits and are assembled here. If we stop Chinese imports, our trader will route them through another country like Singapore. The only way to beat this challenge is to have a differential duty structure of goods made in India and those coming from China. Chinese goods make up to 23% of India's imports. In order of volume of trade, that would be electronics, APIs, active pharmaceutical ingredients, auto parts, furnitures, and sweatshops, things like shoes and household items, and many more. Talking about the dependency of India on China, in financial year 19, 5.1% of India's exports were destinated for China, while only 3% of China's came to India. Also, 13.7% of India's import were from China, while only 0.9% of China's were from India. Imports from China accounted for over 14% of India's total imports in financial year 2020 until Feb, the highest share among all the nations. Export to China accounted for over 5% of India's exports, which is the third highest. This chart depicts the imported products of which India depends on China the most. For example, 76.3% of all the antibiotics imported by India are from China. We import about 45% of our mobile phone parts, which come as a clip-on kits and are assembled here. If we stop Chinese imports, our traders will route them through another country like Singapore. Talking about China's investments, Chinese investors have already cornered major stakes in 18 out of India's top 30 unicorns. Many Indian unicorns, startups with valuation over $1 billion have a Chinese investor, and this blacklist excludes the country's most valuable startup also, including $16 billion payment giant Paytm, backed by A&T Financials, as well as an education startup Byju. Some unofficial figures put Chinese investment in India up to $8 billion. Chinese smartphone makers have over 75% share of Indian market. Also, Alibaba has invested in Paytm, China Eurasia Economic Cooperation Fund and Didi Chuxing have invested in Ola. An additional $550 billion comes to India from China through the annual tourist inflow. Now, the another fact is China is dumping products in India, an Indian parliamentary panel suggested recently. As the trade war goes on unabated, China's trade practices in India, selling its oversupply to another country, depressing prices, and hurting native manufacturing, stand as a testament to Beijing's unwavering position on global trade. In this critical dimension, India is in much stronger shape than China. By 2050, India will be the world's largest country in terms of population by a wide margin over China, with a mind-blogging 1.7 billion people, 400 million people more than today. Over the next 35 years, its dependency ratio will actually decline from a bit over 50% today to a bit under 50% in 2050. Showing our major concerns to all of these issues, we have a ray of hope. Some things which India can do it by itself. Besides setting up more local assembly units, experts feel that India should focus extensively on generating local employment through schemes like Make in India. Another important goal that India should actively look at is developing infrastructure. Experts believe that a local infrastructure development push is likely to attract foreign investments and businesses given India's cheap labor cost. Maintaining good diplomatic ties with ally countries and developing cordial relations with other neighboring countries is also important for roping in more investments towards India's Atmanirbhar push. Experts also say that the end goal should be to increase competitiveness among local firms and also offer them space to aggressively increase local production both of finished goods and raw materials. One thing India can do is that right now China trust is decreasing in the world. We can make a group of countries to fight against China both economically and with army power also. Boycotting China right now completely could do more harm than good. Experts believe that India needs a plan to reduce its dependency on Chinese goods and investments. But yes, it is a long-term process. But we have a start. That's what government is doing. Whether it's highways or app ban or railway contract, etc. Government is trying everything. The Kaushal Vikas Yojana. This Yojana provides vocational training so that labor or any other person can learn technical things of electronic items like its repairing, its making for free of cost. Basically, it was for the people to become more skilled, to generate more skilled laborers. This could help India in many ways. Now, here are some alternatives for Chinese banned app. Thank you. I hope you have gained some knowledge from our video.